Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you could join me for another episode in Jade Summer January. Okay, guys, so today I will be coloring out of the Mommy and Me coloring book by Jade Summer using the Cali Art markers for the skin tone for the most part because Cali Art is the best for skin tones. And I will also be using the Sharpies because they work amazing in these books. I will also be using the blending markers from Crayola. They are amazing on this Amazon paper. Also, we have the different markers that you get from the dollar store that works well. One of them being the Lark markers and the glitter markers. Well, I won't be using the glitter markers on this page, but they work awesome. And the Crayola glitter markers and the dollar store glitter markers, and also those brush markers work great too. So I'm figuring out all the good stuff that works on this paper. Also, the Pip Squeaks by Crayola works good on this paper, and I'm assuming the Super Tips, Crayola Super Tips works really well on this paper, but those black Crayola markers, I guess they have a little bit too much water in them. They don't work well. But these Pipsqueaks, they are really good on this Amazon / Create Space paper. So that's what I will be using on this picture today. And later on in this video, I'll be showing you a couple of other things that I'm going to be using on this paper. And you're going to stay tuned for that because you're going to be shocked. But actually, Miss Anne from A Colorful Life hipped me to this little tip that the pastel pencils and pastels do very well on this paper. So let's see. I'm going to get my color chart to see what I'm going to start out with. And I don't think I have the Crayola Pipsqueaks or my Sharpies. I don't have either one of those in my color chart book. So, oh well, we're just going to roll with it. But that's the good part, the great part about straight coloring. And guys, I've never known that straight coloring is amazing. I mean, it's like living on a cloud and butterflies are carrying you around on their wings and flying you to this distant land where you're drinking milk and eating honey and enjoying Kool-Aid popsicles, of course, the red color ones. And guys, okay. Did that just explain to you how much I'm enjoying straight coloring? Now, every now and then I will get the insatiable just urge to do some blending and layering and shading and highlighting and all that kind of stuff. But quickly I realize, Necee, no, straight color, okay? Stop all that fancy stuff and just color. You know, guys, what I've learned. Okay, first of all, this journey that you and I are taking together, I have learned some things about myself, about coloring, just about my coloring journey. It's just crazy. But we're going to talk about that later. I'm also going to be using these Stabilo. No, not Stabilo. This is not Stabilo. This is the Staedtler fine liners. You know, the Staedtler fine liners and the Sharpie, the fine tip Sharpies, they are very much alike. I mean, they're just kind of pretty much tick for tat. And the points are very similar. So they're kind of interchangeable. The colors are similar, but not exactly the same. But anyway, going back to learning this journey. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so I started coloring as an escape from, just reality, pain, suffering. Uh-oh, sorry about that, guys. I just shook you all to death. I'm sorry. Back to stable world. Okay. So I started coloring as an escape, and it was almost like, now I've only been coloring for a year and maybe 5 months, 6 months. I will be coloring 2 years in 2019. Um, June. June will make 2 years of this year. So let's see. July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, 6.5. I mean, 6.5. 1.5 year. 1 year, 6 months. So that's how long I've been coloring. Guys, I cannot wait until I can say I've been coloring for 3 years and 4 years. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be like a master colorist in 5 more years. Okay, but anyway. So I've only been coloring for a year and a half, and it was almost like, it's like once I started my YouTube channel, I started coloring in like end of May, beginning of June, and then I started my YouTube channel almost immediately because I saw color tubers and they were amazing, and I was like, I want to do this. This seems fun. So I didn't really hone in my skills or practice like before I got on camera. Like, well, I didn't, what am I trying to say, guys? The first videos that you saw, that was the first time I really got into adult coloring. I wasn't coloring for like a year, 2 years, and then decided to make a YouTube channel. No, it didn't go like that. We're literally on this journey together. I mean, right smack dab at the beginning. So I think I kind of not lost, I never had it. I started coloring to escape, get away, but I never really developed that escape valve or that escape skill. I always found myself coloring um, as like showing people on YouTube what I'm doing instead of just coloring for myself. I kind of lost that. I had it for like a second or two. And then when I started my YouTube channel, it kind of became like just coloring with you guys. So I always felt like when I colored a picture, I needed to turn on the camera and film it. And that became kind of, it wasn't escaping anymore because sometimes you just want to listen to music. Well, I know I do. Coloring while listening to music or watching ColorTube or something, that's like super, super escape wise, right? But I had to figure out how to get in my zone and be able to escape, but also hang out with you guys at the same time. So I'm learning, number one, I've learned that straight coloring, which is something that I've never really done, I did it on one picture when I first started coloring. And I'm going to show you guys my early work, where I've come. I would like to do that during like my colorversary. I would like to do that, like showing a picture where I started, how I started, and where I've come from, how I've improved my coloring skills. But I did one picture with straight coloring and that was it. I was like, no, I want to blend and shade and highlight and layer and do all this fancy stuff that I see other color tubers doing. So I never really was a straight colorist. And now I've watched, videos of different ones, straight coloring, like Anne from A Colorful Life. I'm going to speed this video up very quickly. We're about to just, I finished the leaves and stuff off camera because I was like, you guys don't need to watch me just do any leaves off camera. So we're about to speed this thing up, but we're still going to be straight coloring. But anyway, Anne from A Colorful Life, she dealt with markers and she really taught me like a lot about markers, and I need to go back and like rewatch a lot of her videos. And then others like, Zoe Archer, she deals with markers a lot and she deals with all the different kinds of markers, even the water-based markers. And I tell you, it takes something some type of skill to deal with water-based markers that are really, 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 really water-based. All water-based markers, all alcohol markers, they aren't created the same. They must have, different amounts of water or different amounts of alcohol and different things amount in them because they all, even in the same brand, even in Crayola, all the Crayola markers aren't the same. It's like they have different amounts of water in it. But anyway, those lovely ladies dealt with markers, and it's like they enjoy coloring with markers. They enjoyed it. It's just it was easier on their hands, and it was faster for them to create, beautiful pieces. And I didn't mention half of the people who work with markers that I really like. John from the bibliophile. Why can't I ever get your name right? Let's see. Bibliophile, colorist. I don't know. John, you know who you are. He deals with markers a lot. And I mean, it's like zoop, 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 quick, beautiful color, laid down, done. And I like, Donna's work, who I'm co-hosting this Jade Summer January, one of the lovely co-hosts. She does very good work with markers, and I'm just like, I want that. I want some marker madness going on. As one subscriber commented on one of my videos, she said a marker maven, and I was like, yes, I want to be a marker maven. But I never realized just it's boy, markers are heavenly. I tell you that. They really are. I love my pencils. I absolutely love them. I mean, hey, pencil girl right here. But guys, those markers and fine liners, and man, I can't describe the feeling that I have right now. I'm like, I've never been able to finish a picture under 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, with marker work and pen work and gel pens. Oh, I'm going to be using a few gel pens too on this picture, on their nails and the lipstick and the purse. Yes, but it's like quick color. My pencils, they are a very, and I read that earlier, like in my journey, that pencils are a very, very slow medium. And that is so true. I mean, especially if you have like hand problems and you're heavy-handed like I am. Oh my goodness, it takes like forever. And of course, here I am with OCD, moving the colors around. That's me. But anyway, getting back to this picture, I did the puppy. Well, that kind of looks like shadows, but I did the puppy and he kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say streaked, but I guess the marker was in one area too much, but it kind of looks like a blend and shade kind of ordeal going on there. I'll take it. And one thing I've learned about adult coloring and coloring, guys, your mistakes can actually look like intended art. Just roll with it. Don't be too hard on yourself. And isn't this little girl just the cutest little thing with her little owls on her little dress here? Now, guys, I need to just hurry up and get me some skin tone markers. Like, what do you call them? The Touch New or Cali Art something, because I don't think I have enough lighter alcohol markers to be able to do skin tones with. So, but I think maybe the chameleon, I think I need to use my blender marker. I have a Prismacolor blender marker. I think that's supposed to lighten up your marker work. I think I've tried it and I don't think it worked very well. But let me know if you know how to lighten up like your marker work. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Or do you just have to buy lighter color markers? And I'm so sorry, guys, about all of the shaking. I'm on another desk that I'm not usually filming on, and I had my tripod connected to the desk, and as I think I was shaking it just a little bit too much. But anyway, these pipsqueaks, I really like them. I don't like them as much as the alcohol markers, but they work pretty well on this paper. I was very happy with how they behaved and how they performed on this paper. Because I tell you, this paper, like someone else said, this is the most finicky paper ever. It's very picky about what medium you use on it. Okay, those must be some burnt kernels of the popcorn, because that's some mighty dark popcorn. Yeah, those few there were burnt. That's what happened. They stayed in the cooker a little bit too long. And how many of you guys are like scratch paper addicts? You don't have your stuff swatched out. You have to just not mark, but test out your colors on the side instead of having them on a color chart. Do you swatch out all of your supplies, or do you have to like test them out on a little scratch piece of paper? I don't have many of my markers swatched out because I didn't use them. I didn't use them enough. I didn't pull them out. But I think I need to start swatching them out because I'm about to use these markers a little bit more. Now I'm going to use the Scholar. Now these Scholar markers, I love the way they behaved. I love the way they work. They weren't streaky and they didn't really bleed either. Oh, I'm so sorry for all this shaking, guys. It's just like, it's, oh my goodness. Ooh, it's like, it's just shake, 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 shake that camera, shake that camera. Let's just make it out of a game, you know, make it out of a song, a series. It has the tremors. All right, guys, now this sandwich situation, I couldn't really find the right color. And this is the first time I was able to kind of blend something. But my sandwich is going to look like burnt toast. But I really, 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 really liked the way it turned out. So you can actually blend with the pipsqueaks and probably the super tips. I need to get me some super tips, guys. I need to see what all the hype is about in those super tips. So I think I'm going to get me some. But I was very shocked at the blendability of these little markers here. And when I put that gray on there, I was like, oh my goodness, I hope the bread doesn't look moldy. I hope it doesn't look like it's molded. But as the colors kind of melted together, it started to look like toasty bread. So we got a little toast going on right there. Or rye bread. Yeah. A lot of times when stuff doesn't turn out to be what you intend it to be, just make something else up. Yes. Be like, oh, I was going for a light color bread, and then why did I put gray? I'm green cheese. No, 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 no. So then I was like, oh, no, we don't want green cheese. So I just had to work with that. Just work with it, guys. You can do it. When something doesn't pan out to be exactly what you want it to be, just make something new up. Be like, okay, it's not light white bread. We're going to have toasty rye bread. Yes, man, this food looks really good. I'm getting hungry. Mm. So I had to go and take a snack break because this burnt toast sandwich was looking mighty tasty on this page. So I had to go and get me a sandwich. So, do any of you ever get influenced by something you color? And when I say influenced, I mean, do any of you ever like color a picture of like sweet treats or something? Or color a hamburger or pizza and you have to go out there and get that food. Or if you're like coloring a picture of like snacks or something, or if you're coloring a picture of like a picnic scene, like this one, do you want to go and have a picnic? Well, I want to go and have a picnic now. I am really, 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 really enjoying using these markers. Especially the Sharpies. And the Crayola blend and shade or blending markers. Oh my goodness, they're like a dream on this paper. And the Cali Arts. So those are my 3 favorite markers on this paper. So like going from a scale of the best performing out of the markers that I have, the best performing markers on this Amazon paper, alcohol marker. Let's see. The Sharpie and the Cali Art, they are at a tie. They are tick for tack. They both do very well on this paper. The blend and shade, not blend and shade, the blending markers by Crayola, they are right next second in line. They do very well on this paper also. The glitter markers, the pipsqueaks, the metallic markers from the dollar store, the Lark, I think they're Lark, yeah, Lark markers, like the big also markers, big pens. They're like all next in line. And then gel pens and fine liners, they're in a category of their own. They're very nice on this paper also. Now I can finally say I can finish a picture in a day or two. Or even possibly a couple of hours. I can't really sit at one time anyway for any amount of hours or hour. So I will have to come back anyway, but being able to complete a picture and it doesn't take a week, I'm happy. I'm impressed. And that's how long it will take if I were to use my pencils. So I'm trying to figure out, I really want to do a darker skin tone on my little girl, but I don't know how this is going to work. But I'm going to try it because, hey, this is why we are here. We are here to learn. Trial and error. If you don't ever make mistakes, how can we ever learn from them? So if I'm going to be using markers, I need to come up out of my buying ban and invest in some skin tone markers. It's just a must. Because, oh my goodness, I just realized I'm like, I need more skin tone colors. Seriously. You're so limited. I have the 40 set of Cali Art markers. So I'm trying to get my Crayola blending marker to try and maybe blend it together or something, but it's, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not quite what I was going for. And it kind of bled all over her lips because it's an alcohol marker, and it bled kind of all over her eyes, and it just kind of covered everything. So here I'm trying to see if a blending marker will lighten it up. No, it doesn't. Poor baby. Poor baby. And by the way, that puppy up there looks just like my baby Kobe. He's a yellow lab. I wanted him to be lighter, but that didn't work. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm taking a Stabilo pastel pencil and trying to see if I can kind of not blend it out, but even, yes, even the skin tone out. It was a tiny bit blotchy, just a tiny bit, but the pastel pencil didn't do much, but it ended up being okay. So here I am now, I'm trying to use the Stabilo pastel pencils and seeing if I can just do the mom's skin tone just with the pastel pencils. Now I'm taking the yellow Stabilo pastel pencil to see if it will lighten up the puppy. Well, that doesn't work. That doesn't really lighten up anything. And maybe it's just the Stabilo brand, Carbothello. Stabilo Carbothello. Maybe it just doesn't work on this paper. Maybe I need a different type of pastel pencil. So I started out going to do the sky. But I was like, that's too much. I am not trying to color all of that. I'll do that later. So this paper really, really likes gel pens, fine liners. These Cali Art glitter gel pens. I love them. They come in so many vibrant, pretty colors, and it's glitter. So what girl doesn't like glitter? Not many. So what are you guys working on in this Jade Summer January? How many Jade Summer books do you guys own? I'm like super extra thrilled. I got 2 new Jade Summer books this month. I have the stuffed animals, and I also got the, what is the name of it? Stuffed animals and, oh my goodness, what is the other one? I'll think of it in a minute. So now we have the Sharpie, metallic silver Sharpie that we're using here. And you have to be so careful with the metallic Sharpies because they will cover up your lines. And they will cover, they're like super pigmented. They will cover up the black lines. I know some people don't like the black lines and the dark line art. I love my lines and my line art. I don't know. I love to see it. but you have to be so careful with the metallic Sharpie because it does what it wants to do, goes where it wants to go. It's just so disobedient and hard-headed. It's crazy. And you see I had to leave my little highlight because I'm addicted to highlights and shading and so forth. You know what? I think I'm going to do a search on the internet to see exactly how many Sharpie colors there are. I know sometimes they have limited editions, and I know that a few of their colors have been discontinued, but I'm curious. I wonder how many colors, Sharpie colors there are, like in all. So guys, what's your favorite Jade Summer coloring book? What is your favorite? Oh yes, the other Jade Summer coloring book that I got was Delicious Foods. Oh my goodness, I'm a foodie, and that coloring book is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I think I better make sure I'm full and have already eaten before I color in that book because it's definitely going to make me hungry. So those are the two new Jade Summer coloring books that I have, and I will hopefully be doing a picture in one or the other. So I have stuffed animals and, or is it cute stuffed animals? One or the other. Cute stuffed animals and delicious foods. So which one is your favorite Jade Summer coloring book? I'm really loving these pipsqueaks. But I think, what did I do? I think I might have went over, no, when I put the pastel pencil, I think, over it, it started to kind of peel the paper because I was trying to kind of put some dark in it, like it's kind of peeling the paper. So that's a no. No pastel pencil on top of the Crayola. But what I would like to try Next is coloring, straight coloring with the markers, and then trying to use like pencil to add depth and dimension to my picture. So doing the skin tone with the Stabilo Carbothello pastel pencil didn't quite work like I wanted it to. Didn't quite turn out the way I hoped, because as you can see a lot of white spaces, and then when I tried to like blend it out, it kind of took away all the color. So I said, okay, well, maybe it will help if I go over it with the Sharpie. That helped a little bit. I mean, it still didn't give me, I still didn't achieve exactly what I wanted. So maybe maybe another brand of pastel pencil would have been better. So now I'm trying to give her some makeup, make her cute. But it just kept like wiping off. Like it just wasn't giving me the pigment and the color that I hoped for. But the blush, like it wouldn't even wipe off like a lot. I was like, I wanted that to be subtle. And yeah, that's the one thing that didn't really wipe off a whole lot. So here I am like scrubbing, trying to get the blush, the pink. It's always, when you don't want something to do something, it does it. When you want it to do something, it does not. When I push down on the paper, it looks like she's opening and closing her eyes. I have interactive coloring pages, guys. So guys, comment below what you're working on. Even if you're not working on anything for Jade Summer, I know that there are quite a few color alongs that are going on and challenges that are going on this month of January. What are you guys working on? Are you doing a challenge? Are you working on a book? Are you trying to finish a book? Are you trying to do a page per day? I know Shalene from the Coloring Book Nook, She has a challenge going on where she's trying to color in at least one page of a book that she has not colored in. For one day, she's going to try to start a whip with different pencils. That is a very, very ambitious challenge. Oh my goodness. I mean, that is something that I would definitely love to like do, but with OCD, like you're like, I don't know. I would be like, that would kill me to have like 30 whips. I don't know. Because I'm like, when I get to like a picture, I would like to see it finished. So, oh, that is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful challenge in theory for me. But I don't know if that's a feat. But see, she can get it done. I know she can get it done. But that would be something good too for me to try to, and that's like one of her goals too, to color in books that she haven't colored in yet. Because I know we all have, well, most of us have books that are sitting on our shelves that probably never will get colored in unless we make some type of conscientious effort to work on them. Yes. So, guys, I had to go ahead and finish a few things up. So, what I'm doing here is taking the Crayola crayons, like I do the pencils, the white colored pencil. Anything that I want to keep white when I'm getting ready to work with pastels, I usually do the white pencil so that the pastel won't stain or color that area. But as you will see, it's not going to work. I'm using the Prismacolor New Pastels. It's not going to work. It's still going to kind of stain the area. So crayons with the wax, they don't work for keeping the area white. And I didn't have my colored pencils with me, so I would have used my colored pencils because I know that works. If you want to keep a white space white when you're using pastels, just use your white colored pencil. Yeah, crayon doesn't work. But the pastels did pretty good. That's why I'm thinking it was just maybe the Stabilo. That particular brand maybe of pastel maybe didn't like this paper. Because the Prismacolor New Pastels did pretty good. Oh, I have really, really enjoyed this quick picture. I mean, I really rarely ever finish a picture this quick and like be really happy with it. There were a few quirks that didn't work. A few things of trial and error, but for the most part, I'm very, 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 very satisfied with this picture. Very satisfied, very happy with it. So, guys, what do you think? I'm happy with it. I'm very happy. What's your favorite part of the picture? What are you going to try in your Jade Summer book? Which aspect are you going to try? So let me fix this baby's face where the alcohol marker just bled everywhere, and that ends up being much better. Yes, guys. So I will insert the completed picture at the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy coloring, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.